you don't have faith in God, everything else you've done means nothing. Start nothing, there won't be nothing. When you gonna start that praise, huh? When you gonna start that praise? When you gonna start that praise? Understand that your miracle is waiting on that praise. Understand that your blessing is waiting on that praise. You don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. Many people, they get confused with emotions and feelings with faith. They come to church and they get moved emotionally. They're inspired and they're stimulated. But that does not mean that they are walking in faith. Because you get stimulated, because you get inspired, that does not mean because you have this good feeling, that does not mean that you are walking in faith. Because understand that faith produces compassion. I need you to tell your neighbor what I just said. Faith produces compassion. Faith says, watch this, faith says, I'll do anything I can to stop your hurt. When we see a need, we do something about it. Faith that Noah heard God's warning about things he could not see yet. Get this, he obeyed God and built a large boat to save his family. By his faith, everybody say by his faith, Noah showed that the world was wrong. Noah showed the world you're wrong. Why? Because nobody wanted to believe Noah. Have you ever been in that situation where you're telling people what God says, but nobody wants to believe what God has said? And everybody is standing against you, and sometimes it's like you standing all by yourself. But I come to tell you today, if you gotta stand all by yourself, you stand on what you know that God has told you. You stand by faith. It's too late in the evening now for you to start second guessing on what God told you he would do for you. It's too late in the evening for you to start doubting God. It's too late for you to not be believing God. Come on, talk to me, somebody. If God was not going to perform it, if God was not going to do it, he would have never told you that he would do it. Do I have any help in here? So by faith, Noah showed the world that the world was wrong. Watch this. And he became one of those who are made right with God through his faith. Understand this. These are men that have faith. Abraham. It was by faith that Abraham obeyed God, called to go to another place God had promised him. He left his own country not knowing where he was going to go. I wonder today, how many of you, if God told you to go to another country, somewhere you never been before, I wonder, would you just take off and go? No, because too many of you can't trust God yet. You got to know too many particulars. You got to know too many particulars. Well, I need more understanding about what it is you want me to do. No. When God tell you to do something, you got to understand. You may not see it. You may not understand. Honey, don't be trying to get a feeling. I told you that faith is not a feeling. You got to step out when you don't know what you're going to step on. Why you stepping out? I'm stepping out because God said it. I believe what God told me. I know he told me to go there. I know he told me to do this, and I'm gonna do it if I gotta do it all by myself. I wish I had some help in here. The Bible said he left his country not knowing where he was going to go. That's what I keep telling you. Sometimes you gotta walk in the unknown. I don't know. I just don't know. I just know I'm going this way. Why? Because I'm led to go this way. I don't know where I'm gonna end up at, but I'm walking by faith. I'm walking by faith because this is a direction that God told me to go. If God tell you to go east, baby, don't go west. If God tell you to go north, don't go south. You gotta go in the direction that God told you to go. Abraham was too old to have children, and Sarah could not have children. It was by faith that Abraham was made able Well, you better hear that. It was by faith that Abraham was made able. In other words, God had to do some stuff. God had to go down there and note some stuff. Oh, come on, you act like you don't know what I'm talking about. It was by faith that he was made able. Understand, this man is almost dead. Understand, this man's, I forgot I'm in church there. This man was, you know what I'm talking about, dried up. This man was old. This man was old. He was almost dead. But from him, understand this, but from him came as many descendants as there are stars in the sky. What you talking about? Oh, he is responsible, let me go to the country, for having a whole lot of children. Oh, that's how you got here. You got here because of his descendant. But understand, he was made able because of his faith, because God told him, this is what I'm going to do. He became a father because he trusted God to do what he promised. Oh my God. I said yes, he became a father because he trusted God to do what God had promised. I want to know today, and those of you who are watching by Facebook and on the World Wide Web, is there anybody in here, if I could just find one, if I could just find one person in here today that's still trusting God to do what he promised you he would do? Understand this, ladies and gentlemen, it does not matter how many years have gone by and how much time have gone by. Understand, you're talking about a man. You're talking about a man 99 years old, a man 99 spitting babies out. Oh my God, 99 years old. He's still trusting God. He's still depending on God. He's still realizing that God will do what he said he would do. If you ain't got the 99 yet, you still have hope. If you ain't got the 99 yet, there's still time for God to manifest and for God to do whatever God said he's going to do. Today we have to understand how God's system works. When I got up this morning, there were three things that God said to me. He says, prophet, faith sees it, faith been watching it, and faith want to go get it. I said, what you say, Lord? He said, faith sees it, prophet. Faith been watching it, and faith want to go get it. I want you to understand something here today. You have been holding faith back for too long. Faith sees it, faith sees, what's been in your visual. Yes, faith sees it even through the cloud. Come on. Faith sees it through the cloudiness. Faith sees it when things are out of focus. Faith still got a line on it. Faith is looking at it. Understand something here today. When faith sees it, faith is watching it, faith is ready to go get it. But so you got to turn faith loose today. You got to release faith today. You got to let faith begin to work for you today. You got to stop blocking faith. You got to stop binding faith. Come on, talk to me, somebody. Because every time you don't allow faith to work, you get farther and farther away from God. I told you that if you don't have faith, then God cannot identify you. I told you, if you don't have faith, you just a John Doe. Don't be a John Doe, because when you are a John Doe, nobody can identify you. When you are a John Doe, nobody knows who you are. But God has given you this so that he can identify who you are. He can identify you belong to him. So when the devil comes to attack you, God said, hold up, devil, back up, devil. That one belongs to me. You can't touch that one. That's my child. That's my son. That's my daughter. Take your hands off of them. Faith is not just believing God can do something. Tell your neighbor what I just said. Faith is not just believing God can do something. Faith is not hoping he will do something. Tell your neighbor what I just said. Faith is not hoping he will do something. Faith is thanking God in advance. Tell somebody what I just said. Faith is what? thanking God in advance. So understand this. You need to go ahead right now today. You need to go ahead right now today. You need to ask God for something right now. And then you need to go ahead and thank him in advance for what you asked him for today, right now. Right now. I say you need to ask God for something. And then when you ask God for something, then you need to go ahead and thank him in advance. I'm going to have to leave you in a minute for what he's going to do. You're asking the question, do I have to thank God in advance before I get it? Yeah. You got to thank God in advance before you get it. I need you to look at somebody in here today and tell them, yeah, you got to thank God in advance before you get it. If you don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. When you going to start that praise, huh? When you going to start that praise? When you going to start that praise? Understand that your miracle is waiting on that praise. Understand that your blessing is waiting on that praise. You don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. See, Jesus says this in simple. Because of your faith, it will happen. Tell your neighbor what I just said. Because of what? Because of your faith, it will happen. I need you to tell somebody else that. Many people, they get confused with emotions and feelings with faith. They come to church and they get moved emotionally. They're inspired and they're stimulated. But that does not mean that they are walking in faith. Because you get stimulated, because you get inspired, that does not mean because you have this good feeling, that does not mean that you are walking in faith. Because understand that faith produces compassion. I need you to tell your neighbor what I just said. Faith produces compassion. Faith says, watch this, faith says, I'll do anything I can to stop your hurt. Drop the mic. Faith says, I will do anything that I can to stop your hurt. When we see a need, we do something about it. When we see a need, we do something about it. We don't just toss out a quick, well, I'll pray for you. The Bible says we show our faith by what we do. Not a quick toss out, I'll be in prayer for you. Let me go back. Faith produces compassion. Faith says, I'll do anything I can to stop your hurt.